الحمد لله رب العالمين الرحمن الرحيم مالك يوم
Assalamu alaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Arif Noor. I'm the president and chairman of Noor International Foundation. Noor International Foundation currently runs 2 masajids, and our goal and objectives are to establish. We're currently operating 2 masajids. We want to expand our masajids and make new construction out of them and build them from. One of them we're going to build from scratch, Masjid Isa bin Maryam, and the other one is Masjid Samia in Ansonia. We're going to remodel that. We're going to show you the photographs and all the information detailing the projects. First, we bought this Masjid Isa ibn Maryam, as you see here on this photo, and we'll also give you the photos on the videos, okay, in 2003, okay. In 2000, we bought this masjid, the blue building, for $248,500. And in 2013, we expanded our masjid and bought the building next door, which you will have the photographs in the video. You should have the photographs in the video, which shows on our website, 2013. Now, currently, we're looking to expand. The masjid has become too small. Both buildings are too old, and it's going to cost too much money to reconstruct them. The energy efficiency is very low on the buildings, and they're too old. The buildings, it's not worth restructuring them, remodeling them. We're better off building a masjid from scratch, and this is what the current plans are. This is the most detailed plans are here of the masjid, which we're going to knock the 2 buildings down and build this masjid from scratch. And these are the architecture, these are the drawings of the architect, as well as these are the detailed drawings from the architect, which shows all the plot plans and everything. As well as, with this project, this is a $2 million project, as well as we have the other project going on. This is Masjid Samia in Ansonia, Connecticut. 5 years ago, as our masjid expanded, we started serving so many towns. There's an area called the Valley, northwest of here, in Connecticut, where you see this yellow. There's no masjid there. Okay? This is the state of Connecticut, where you have all masajids everywhere, including our masjid in Stratford here. These are all masajids where you see the red and blue spots. Is that seen good? Okay. This area, there was no masjid in that area. Not only was it's called the Valley because there's all mountains over there. Very difficult for people to go to the other masajids. Minimum 20 to 25 minutes, which is my masjid here in Isa bin Maryam, to Bridgeport, to Waterbury, to New Haven, 30 minutes, one-way drive. So the community had no masjid there. So they asked me to help them. So I helped them in 2017. I helped them purchase this church for $300,000. We are currently now so we got both properties. Noor International Foundation holds both properties. The church, we started funding on it on March of 2017. We closed on it in August of 2017 for $300,000. And that church now, we're reconstructing. We so far invested over $150,000. This is the church property. Located in a very good area of Ansonia, right in the heart of the valley. Very good location. This is the inside of the church, which completely we're remodeling now. We've gutted the church out completely, and now we're in the next phases of reconstructing that church and make it into this building right here. This is our 4th masjid project, okay? Under the Noor International Foundation, this is our 4th masjid project. And currently we are in need of and we also would like to establish a next Islamic school called the President's Institute. Islamic school for the children to preserve the upcoming generation, the new generation of Muslims. This is the business plan for the President's Institute, which is going to help our next generation keep their faith and iman and taqwa, as well as we have a lot of dawah project going on where we invite non-Muslims to Islam in our community. So our Noor International Foundation is currently running 2 masajids. Our total goal plan is $10 million. $3 million to reconstruct the 2 masjids, $2 million for the Islamic school, and we need another $5 million as a fund to be self-sustained now. not to go back and ask people for money, but it'll be still, we want to invest that $5 million in a Sharia compliant fund, which will help us to pay for all the bills, so we don't have to ask anybody for money again. We hope for your support and your generous donation to help us complete these projects. There's a lot of work of Islam going on in the U.S. here, and we need to help people keep their faith in Islam and bring new people to the cause of it for the sake of, to bring them to the deen of Islam. That requires time and money. So we hope for your generation, for your support and your help in this cause.
How far the progress of the building right now?
Okay, this building, the Ansonia Masjid, already we've invested $150,000. There's another $500,000 to $750,000 left to complete this project on this building. And I'll have more videos for you to show you on that. And this one here, alhamdulillah, we're operating the masjid. We've been operating this masjid for 16 years now, since 2003. And this masjid now, alhamdulillah, we're completely full in both buildings, and we're utilizing both buildings. And now what we need to do is just tear both the buildings down and start from scratch. So we got all the drawings and everything is ready with the architect. It's just a matter of raising the money now, and we knock the buildings out and start from scratch. So our goal and objective now, the masjid is fully functioning. All 5 prayers are going on in both masjids. The Jummah prayers are going on. There's ta'aleem activities, dawah activities going on in both masajids. So masjids are both very active. What we need to do now is go to the next phase of funding and take it from there to go to our expansion, goals of expansion now on both masajids.
In Stratford, how many Muslim community, how many people?
About 250. Stratford is not, we're coming 7 towns from Stratford. Bridgeport, Stratford, Milford, West Haven, Orange, Trumbull, and Shelton. We're covering 7 towns from this little masjid here. And there's about maybe 350 to 400 families easily in this area. Our masjid on Jummah is full. We have photographs to show you. The whole building is full on Jummah. And alhamdulillah, before we expanded to Ansonia, we had both buildings with people in the masjid. So we definitely have a big need in both areas now. There's a big necessity for us to expand and build more masajids and get these masjids up and running for the communities that are needed. Yes, we have all the drawings and architectural drawings for both buildings. All that is done. All we really need to do now is to get the funding to get everything done. This is for Ansonia Masjid, Ansonia Masjid we're just remodeling. Okay, restructuring, remodeling, not tearing it down. Because that's already a solid structure. Actually, to reconstruct the buildings, we need about $3 million, both of them. Okay. But we're asking for another $7 million, $2 million to start the Islamic school in the area. There's no Islamic school in this whole Fairfield County at the current time. There's only one Islamic school that's in Hartford. That's too far of a drive for all the community. It's 60 miles away. There's no Islamic school in this area. There's a bad need for an Islamic school in this whole Connecticut region, southern Connecticut region. So we need to put an Islamic school to preserve the faith.
Islamic school here and Islamic school in Ansonia?
No, just one school for the whole Fairfield County.
Okay, so this is this building?
This building or the Ansonia building, one or both buildings. We may use both buildings for the school, depending on kindergarten to 12th grade, how we're going to establish the grades. We may use both, but our main goal for Stratford Masjid is to make a masjid. And Ansonia, because we have a much larger property there, that will be the masjid with an Islamic school.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
So this only the masjid.
This will be a masjid. But we may have classrooms here also, or make the Dawah center from here. But because alhamdulillah, by Noor International has both properties under the name, it gives us the flexibility to use both properties, gives us more easier accessibility for a lot more people from many different towns. We're in a good state in the sense that we have more than one property that we could do a lot of different things with, utilize it in many different ways. Ansonia Masjid, we could do it for Eid prayers. We could establish a large kitchen, school there to establish catering activities for the community, for wedding functions. We also have Ansonia plan to do a Muslim janaza services there. So we could, because they're a much bigger building. This building, the main goal would be a good masajid, to make it masajid functional, good masjid for the community here. It's on a good thoroughfare of 95 and Route 15. A lot of travelers come through here. So alhamdulillah, both masjids are very active, and both buildings are going to be utilized for the benefit of the community as an Islamic school, masjid, a dawah center, recreation, a community center for all the communities of our serving about 10 to 12 towns in the area.
How big is the size of this building?
This building currently is about 1,200 square foot, 1,500 square foot, 12 to 1,500 square foot. We're gonna make the new building is gonna be 6,000 square foot.
2 floors, right?
3 floors.
3 floors.
Basement first and actually 2 floors, but there's also going to be a basement to allow us to add rooms for classes or kitchen or other things. Currently it is just open area, but we may use it for many different functions in the future. So it'll be basement first and second floor.
Okay. How about in Ansonia?
Ansonia will also be 3 floors. Currently we have 2 floors, but we may expand into a 3rd floor. Ansonia is a 9,000 square foot property. We can do so many things with it. We can put the Islamic school there. We could put the janazah services for the Muslims there. We could do also services for the community, wedding functions, recreation center, because it's a much larger structure that's already there with a much more parking area for the community. Also the Eid prayers can be there. The janazah prayers can be there. Large Sadqa Zarya.
Yes.
Both projects, everything is 100% Sadqa Zarya. It's going for the cause of Islamic school, cause for, most importantly, for 2 masajids. 100% Sadqa. Everything that happens in the masajids is Sadqa Zarya. Rasul said, when you leave something behind to benefit the people, the greatest benefit is a place of worship. So that place of worship will go benefit all the people, and then you'll get rewarded on the Day of Judgment. So definitely masjid, Islamic school, dawah center, 100% Sadqa Zarya. Everything you will go for Sadqa Zarya, 100%. Assalamu alaikum. I'm the president of Masjid Isa bin Maryam here in Stratford, Connecticut. This is our masjid that we plan to demolish and build it from scratch. We have the prints and drawings. We ask for your support and financial help in redeveloping this masjid and making it brand new from scratch and building a beautiful masjid. It's on a very busy thoroughfare that you see the cars going by. Many cars are traveling by. The Islamic architecture with the minarets and the dome will give it a good dawah purpose. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala reward you for your financial support, inshallah. Jazakallah khair.
اتقوا ربكم واخشوا يوما لا يجزي والد عن ولده ولا مولود هو جاز عن والده شيئا إن وعد الله حق فلا تغرنكم الحياة الدنيا ولا يغرنكم بالله الغرور إن الله عنده علم الساعة